Hello everyone, my name is Cyrus and today we're going to delve into the deeps of Greek mythology to meet one of the most intriguing and often misunderstood god, Hades. Often portrayed as a grim reaper, Hades is much more complex than he seems, and let's uncover the truth behind this enigmatic figure. Hades was born from the union of the titans Kronos and Rhea. He was one of the 6 original Olympian siblings, along with Zeus, Poseidon, Hera, Hestia, and Demeter. After the defeat of the Titans, the siblings divided the cosmos in the cosmic lottery. Zeus claimed the sky, Poseidon the seas, and Hades was assigned the gloomy underworld. Why the underworld? Perhaps because it was the least desirable realm, the darkest and most mysterious place. However, Hades, with his stoic nature and sense of justice, accepted his fate and became the sovereign of the dead. To understand a little bit more about the cosmic lottery, the cosmic lottery is a poetic way of describing the division of the universe among the Olympian gods, this after their victory over the Titans. It is not a literal lottery with tickets and prizes, but rather a symbolic representation of the gods' collective decision-making process. The gods, likely led by Zeus, the most powerful among them, divided the cosmos among themselves. This division was not based on the individual merit or strength, but rather on a sort of divine agreement or understanding. Zeus, as I said in the beginning, he was the supreme god and claimed the sky. Poseidon, the god of the sea, took control of the oceans, and Hades, by a twist of fate or perhaps the predetermined destiny, was assigned the underworld. It's important to note that this division wasn't a random act. It was a strategic move that ensured the balance and order of the cosmos. Each god's domain was essential to the overall harmony of the universe. While Hades' domain might seem less desirable, it was equally important as the other realms. The underworld was more than just a place of punishment. It was a complex and stratified realm. These lion fields, for example, were reserved for the heroes and the righteous souls, who enjoyed a peaceful and happy existence. On the other hand, Tartarus was a bottomless abyss, a place of eternal torment reserved for defeated titans and the wickedest of souls. The river Styx, which separated the world of the living from the dead, had to be crossed by souls in Charon's ferry. And let's not forget Cerberus, the 3-headed guardian, who guarded the gates of the underworld. One of Hades' most famous myths involves the relationship with Persephone, the daughter of Demeter. Hades fell deeply in love with her and abducted her to take her to the underworld. Demeter's despair caused the earth to become barren. Eventually, Zeus intervened and forced Hades to return Persephone, but only with the condition that she spend part of the year in the underworld. This myth explains the circle of the seasons. When Persephone is in the underworld, the nature sleeps, but when she returns, it flourishes. This tragic love reveals a more human and vulnerable side of Hades.
I'm not going. I'm staying here. Mother, I've decided on my suitor.
As I said, she had to return to the surface, but this was because Persephone has eaten the seeds of a pomegranate from the underworld, so she had to return there every year for a few months. Unlike the Christian version of hell, the Greek underworld was not a place of eternal torment. It was simply the final destination for all the souls, a realm ruled by Hades with justice and order. Often depicted with a helmet that made him invisible, Hades was a powerful and reserved god, very different from his brother Zeus, known for his impulsive nature and love of conflict. Despite his role as Lord of the Dead, Hades was not an evil god. He was a just and respected ruler, often feared. His wife, as we know, Persephone, played an important role in his realm and was considered a goddess of regeneration and rebirth. Together, they ruled the underworld with wisdom and balance. Throughout the story, the figure of Hades has been subject to various interpretations. He has often been demonized and associated with evil, but a closer look at the myths reveals a complex and fascinating god. Hades represents the dark and unknown part of the human existence, a place where we confront our fears and reconcile ourselves with our mortality. Now, we're going to talk about Hades and his symbolism. Hades, the enigmatic lord of the Greek underworld, is shrouded in a veil of symbolism that reflects his dominion over the realm of the dead and his role in Greek mythology. Every element associated with him carries a deep and evocative meaning. The first element that I'm going to talk about is a helmet of invisibility. This magical artifact, which allowed Hades to become invisible, symbolizes his ability to move between worlds undetected. It represents both his enigmatic and mysterious nature and his power to control the destinies of the dead without being seen. Then we have the bident. These two-pronged fork, Hades' weapon and symbolize of authority. It's comparable to Poseidon's trident, and it represents his dominion over the underworld and his power to guide the souls of the departed to their final destination. Now Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of the underworld. Cerberus symbolizes the barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead. His ferocity and multiple heads represent the difficulty of escaping Hades' realm and the protection it needs to keep souls in their place. We have also the cypress tree. This evergreen tree, traditionally associated with the mourning and death, is a common symbol of cemeteries, and in the context of Hades, it represents sadness, melancholy, and the inevitability of death. The narcissus. This flower, which grows in shady and damp places, is associated with ephemeral beauty and untimely death. In relation to Hades, it can symbolize the fragility of the life. The pomegranate, the fruit that Persephone ate in the underworld, binds her eternally to that realm. The pomegranate symbolizes the connection between the world of the living and the world of the dead, as well as the cyclical nature of the life and dead. The symbols associated with Hades and the underworld can be interpreted in various ways. On one hand, they represent the most feared and unknown aspects of the human existence, such as death and loss. On the other hand, they also symbolize wisdom, transformation, and the acceptance of the dead. Well, now, as we delve into the depths of the Greek mythology, we are reminded of the enduring power of storytelling. So now I want to know, what does the figure of Hades, the Lord of the Underworld, symbolize to you? And how do you think that this story resonates with you and your own understanding of life and death?
¡Qué conmovedor! No había sentido este nudo en la garganta desde que comiendo un cóctel se me atoró un camarón. ¿Eh?